Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. It's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.
All right, bros, we're live.
Hey, what's going on?
Yo,
Yeah.
yeehaw! Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
That fucking hat, dude. Yeehaw! All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to share this out if you're watching live right now. It'll really help us out a lot, get some live viewers. Go ahead and hit that repost or share, or if you're watching on YouTube, grab that link and share it out on your socials. Head on over to the Telegram if you haven't already. Me and Miggy both got one. Mine just, Kenn Bosak. Bring it right to the chat. I think Miggy's is, what do you got? Yours is the,
Miggy's Clubhouse.
Miggy's Clubhouse.
Is what it's called now. Yeah.
I want to make sure that's the linky link. Yeah, Miggy's Clubhouse is the link. Mine's just Kenn Bosak. Today we got our bro, Gator. How goes it, man? Good to have you back on the show.
It goes good. It couldn't go any better than it's going right now. So you picked me at a great time. It couldn't have been more, set up here for a good time for the show.
Fucking A, dude. Awesome. Well, let's just jump right into it, man. I guess we'll kick things off first with some Gator token talk. I want to jump in and see how's your token doing? What's the tokenomics looking like? How's the market health? And tell us all about it. How's it been going?
I think we've survived like the Jeet period of everything, where there was sniper bots that are in every launch and everything that you can't fight off in the beginning. And we went through a period where they just had to get rid of everything that they had of supply. And we went almost back, like we had a huge bear market, went almost back from 300K all the way to where we started at 35K, just them just relentlessly dumping. And then all of a sudden, they ran out of tokens, and then the people saw that they ran out of tokens, and we all banded together like a team and community, and then we took it right back in the last 10 days. And so we went down first 90% first we went up 2,000%, 20x from 15K to 317K. That's actually 21x. And then we went from there down to 35K from a sniper bot from the launch, just dumping everything. And from the last 10 days, we've gone from 35K to 130K, right back up. And anyone that pretty much that bought low, if they were bought high before, they're pretty much back to even. Maybe people, unless like someone just bought the top and never did anything besides that, like everybody's pretty much now we're like in the equilibrium middle, and everyone's had a chance to buy the bottom and the top. And
Well,
so
that's why you got a DCA, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, the people
Yes,
that
sir.
DCA'd worked out okay, and I burnt a lot of the supply, the tokenomics of it. I saw that a sniper bot was dumping, and I said I'm gonna counter this by burning all the tokens that they dumped, pretty much. And so it makes it where then people can trust me that I have a very small supply, that I don't have much to dump myself. Like there's no dev rugging here, because besides me being anonymous, most of the supply that was in my hands that I bought, I've actually already burnt it and locked it up as liquidity. And what happens is once you burn a bunch of supply, then it makes it a lot easier to pump the coin, because there's not as much out there like the denominator in the first place. So I burnt 9% of the supply, and then 9% purchasing power, like of being able to pump it back up. So by the sniper bots dumping and by me reacting by burning a bunch of my supply, it created a lot of trust, and it made it where people could buy back it pumps a lot easier because of the supply being a lot less. So I feel good about all of it. It's a situation where I might not come out on top as much as someone else that is like trying to make a quick buck for themselves, but the way I've done it is I've always thought about rewarding holders in the community first. And so nobody's ever really complained, like no matter what we've gone up or down, everyone's always said like I've left it all on the field, like everything I can try to do. So we're all in this equilibrium state now, like where everybody that's helped through the ups and downs, we're kind of back in the middle, and we're in the middle where a lot of weak hands have been out, or bots are out, and strong hands, humans in. So I could go to sleep at night each night and not worry that everything's going to be gone in the morning. And it's a much less stressful time than it would be like when I just started this meme a few months ago. Now we're a few months in.
That's awesome. I can only imagine, what it takes to really get to this point. I mean, what was your experience like, like in the beginning, really kind of just, taking it from concept to actually getting to launch a token and create the community?
Well, it was good in building everything until the point of people like having too much profits, and then they just don't want to leave profits on the table, and keeping people to just say, I'm going to hold this as an investment and not take a quick profit. But I mean, we did go from 15K, like goes low, to 317K pretty fast, like within maybe 5-6 weeks. So you can't take it personally Like you just have to keep building when someone's taking profits along the way, because most of the time they had an experience where they won from it. They're probably, when they win in something, they're probably going to tell others about it, and so I think that's good advertising when they're taking profits. And just it, I've already known this, but other people have like figured this out if they haven't, like did in the community, is dollar cost averaging is important, because a meme coin or anything can just be really volatile, and to just marry yourself to like one spot is really really hard. To say like I'm just going to buy at this one spot and then whatever happens happens. But
Yeah.
the people that buy at, the top, bottom, in the middle, and there's a point like we are right now with Gators where we're back in the middle, and pretty much all of them are, maybe they're up a little bit, down a little bit, or at even, but none of them are hurting right now. And so it's like me as a dev, I care how the positions of everybody else is, and
Right.
I feel really good about it now versus a week ago, like when the sniper bots that were still there from launch just dumped on us.
Oh
I think
no.
no, I'm saying I think it's great that like you could be a meme coin and you can survive the sniper bots that were there from launch, that them just getting rid of all the supply. And there's always going to be like people like in the beginning, like of a meme coin or most things, like where there's initial pump, and then people take profits, or these bots dump, and then once that happens, there's a movement from these weak hands to stronger hands, and then after that it's more of smooth sailing, and I think we're now in the smooth sailing part. So maybe it takes a few months. I think in these meme coins it takes at least a few months to play out, but then when you're on that next rally after the first round trip, then you're on this next rally. Usually that one is like the more special rally.
You know
Um,
what I'm curious of? What
yeah.
kind of market cap are you working with, and what's the liquidity look like? Like, if your biggest whale was to dump, what would be the slippage right now in the market?
That's a great question. So that was the biggest whale that was dumping, was what took us down, all this way. Um, they had, from the beginning, they had 9% of the supply at launch, and or maybe 9 to 10% of the supply that they bought like on the first day, like in the first minute or two, like right as it was going up, or something, like like right at the beginning. And and I'm pretty sure it's a bot, but
Yeah.
by them selling 9 to 10%, it took us down like 60, 70%. And it was something where, because they're robots, they don't have emotions, and so they're just
Right.
gonna sell. But a human might be like, oh well, I'm gonna try to be more passionate about like how I sell, and I'll sell in increments and stuff. But a robot doesn't care, and so just bang bang bang, down down down. But once you get past, like you could see in their wallets when they have nothing left, and so there's just this huge confidence, like from us as humans, that we're just regular people just trying to get by, and these are sophisticated robots. And once we see that the sophisticated robots are not involved anymore, then all of a sudden, like, we feel like we could take a deep breath of relief, like now we're in control as humans. And yeah, there's going to be humans along the way that take profits, but they're going to do it in a more sensible way, and they're going to be thinking about their other humans, versus a robot that's just hardcore, and no holds barred. And
Right.
as far as me is concerned, I burnt. I had 2% of the supply that was allocated to me pre-sale, and I burnt that. And I burnt, besides that, I burnt another 7% that I bought in the open market, and I only have between 2 and 3% left for myself. So, where that bot that sold like 9 to 10% before, I would have that 9%, 10% if I didn't burn already just about 8 to 9% of it. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I've already taken away that like what a human could do that bot already did. I've already taken away that that possible headwind from other people because they see me burn it already. And when I burn it, then it locks in that goes back to the liquidity. Everything that you burn then locks into the liquidity. So like technically the gators can't go to zero because it's like
Nice.
everybody sold. Whatever you burnt is something that's automatically like held that can't be sold. So I burned 9% of the supply can never be sold, and so then what that does is it makes it so that even like after like a crash happens, the liquidity still looks pretty good, like ratio wise, and like we were as low as 34K market cap, and the liquidity was like 19K, and now we got to liquid. But now all it took was from 19K to 33K in liquidity, a 14K rise that took the market cap from 34K to 130K. So less than a double in liquidity makes the market cap go up 4x fold. And and the reason for that is because of it's not slippage or anything. It's because it's a lot of small buys. If it was mostly big buys from just like if that let's say 15,000 increase in liquidity came from like $5,000 buys, then instead of a 4x gain, it'd probably be like an 80-90% gain, if not much less than that. But by a whole bunch of buys that are spread out, like a bunch of little buys, what happens is the distribution of the allocation of people, like it's much healthier if you had 100 people buy $10 each versus two people to buy $500 each, to get to the same $1,000. Because with that 100, if one person sold $10 at a time versus one person selling $500 at a time, like our liquidity right now is much much more spread out than the way that we built it up in this last 10 days, from a lot of little buys from a lot of little people. So the market cap is much higher, and the liquidity itself. The top holder right now might have 5%, where before the top holder had was a bot. It had 9-10%. Now it's a human with 5%, and then me myself having between 2 and 3%.
Oh,
So the number,
so that's a huge difference.
Nice. Yeah.
huge difference, and no bots that we know of that we're aware of. Like we go as far as the top.
At least not significant. Yeah, exactly. At least not significantly. That's what you can say. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, someone today, in fact, they had 2% of the supply, and they sold 1% of it, and like you could see that they were just taking profits, and they're humans, and I don't take any personal offense to it. But what happens is they took profits, and like other people bought the dip afterwards, humans, and after they sold like a portion of their bag, then it went up another 30% like a few hours later. So when there's no robots involved, like, and you just have it be natural human emotions and reactions, and one person's position, another person's position, then it becomes more like chess or checkers, or more strategics, and you can analyze it better. And so I think like we're back to that now, and so that maybe there'll be some 2 steps forward, 1 step back process. I hope to see along the way. Like people take profits, and then other people that miss a rally, they are on the sidelines and they buy the dip off of those other people taking profits. That's the natural, organic way. Like we had that going for a good month, and then the bots like screwed it up, and now we have a chance to do that all over again, but without the bots being in the way, and with the supply being much more spread out, and not really one person can hurt us anymore. So I could definitely go to sleep at night, knowing that there's longevity in this coin. that there's a good base of people that are going to hold, and myself that other people can trust that I burnt so much that I don't have like a real significant supply to rug or anything.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome. I like that you have it on the website too. That your supply burned down to
yes,
387 billion, 0.5 billion from 420 billion. Haha.
yeah,
um,
yes. The 420 was to start with. You know?
that's awesome. So in all this happening, have you had a chance to like kind of develop any type of team, to work with? Like, or have you been able to bring any community mods or like hire anybody to work with you, or are you
So
still kind of just doing it solo dolo?
not solo. I got a I got I have three different NFT artists, and then I have somebody that makes the website. And the website itself, we have a meme maker that we created. We're also going to have like a little mini video game, like either racing or some sort of sports thing involved. Maybe someone's playing for 2-3 minutes and then they replay it, but it drives traffic to the website. So I have, you could say, between that, the people that the guy that burns the tokens when I send it to him, and then some other people. None of them that I'm paying out, but they're all just holders. There's probably a good 10 people that I talk to on a daily basis that we're working on something with the project, whether it's making memes or being online or making NFTs or so forth. Since the last time I was on, we've had we've launched NFTs. We put them in Magic Eden. They haven't had much traction, but the reviews of people that own them that got it for being the top holders and gators, they've all been happy with the utility. They're like, hey, I'm a top holder, and this was like a special dividend or special reward to hold, as I have, either this Gators trading card or I have this Gators NFT. So we're gonna think of like things like that to do in the future also. So I mean, we have a decent team, and the team is always thinking like no one wants to be stale and stagnant. We're always thinking of, okay, we just did this. What's the next thing we're gonna do after that?
So what are your like collaborative efforts look like? Do you reach out to like anybody else doing tokens like yourself on Solana to see if there's like collaborative opportunities?
Good question. I have this person. His name is You Have Mail, but it's like Mail MAEL on Twitter, and there's a good amount of communities that he's in that then have overlap that I go into, and so like we'll combine memes and stuff. There was a meme before called McDouble, and it was like we like combined it, like it was like the McDonald's burger or something. We combined gators with that. We had I'm trying to think. There's a more popular one that was called White Boy Summer, WBS, and they all had like these pink hats on their heads, and like I had that as like my ABI and stuff, and I got people because everyone put the pink hat on, so I put the pink hat on, and that was collabing with them. So like they all have like their own little niche or memes, and there's maybe like 5 or 10 of them. There was one I just did. I did a collab with some with the You Have Mail like community, where they have a coin called Spirits. It's like called American Spirits. It's named of like a cigarette. It's apparently like there's like Native Americans on it.
Oh,
it's called
yeah,
American
they're good
Spirits.
cigarettes, bro.
Yeah, these guys like really addicted to them, and so he made a coin
the
called
shit out of
Spirit.
those.
Yes, apparently he does. So he made a coin out of it, and he really believes in it. And I'm like, okay, you really believe in this? And I saw already like ZYN Zin and this Asian cigarette thing called Mutai go up. So I figured, okay, if those go up, and I don't even smoke cigarettes, but you are, you believe in this product a lot, and so I collabed with them, and I got some of their coin. anytime I buy a coin, I try to collab with the other people on it, because if I think it's going to go up, then I'll tell other people it's going to go up. And if someone makes money off of that while they're in gators, they could always use the profits to buy more gators. So I'm all for that. Like if everybody's growing.
Yeah, I feel that. You definitely want your community making money, and that's how I feel like most people make the mistakes. Like everybody wants to hold on to everything for so long, but it's like, the people who are making money doing stuff like this and trading and investing, they take profits or they roll
Right.
them into other things, that are also can accrue value, but they use it, they don't just sit on it. Like it's like take some profits. You don't have to take all, but like enjoy it, cash out a little bit. And that's where you get the movements, the volatility, and that's a good thing. You want it to be up and down and fluctuate because that's good for steady growth. And
Right.
yeah,
For
I like me
me,
some
yeah.
profits.
As for me, if somebody sells my coin but they sold it for a profit, it never bothers me because they won, and they're more likely to come back and buy back later because they won and tell other people. And there's very much likely where there's somebody else that wasn't going to buy it and they were waiting until someone took profits so that they could buy the dip off of that. So there's usually for every one exit person, then there's an entrant person that way, and that's healthy and organic. So I'm always for that, like on the way up and people dollar cost averaging on the way up. I think that's something like where my community wasn't doing so much of that in the beginning and it was more pump and dump like, but then they figured out that like, okay, if we don't dollar cost average then it's gonna be too volatile. And so the community itself, just slowing down and saying like, we'll spread everything out, then that itself makes the chart more stable and makes the price action more stable. So I think my community's got the message with that, and like there's so many times like where someone's like, I have X amount of Solana and should I buy, and I tell them specifically like divide it up into this amount, and like I always give them a battle plan, and I always give them advice as if it's just me and them, like regardless of everybody else that's in the project. And as long as it's all humans involved, and you just take out the robot element, then I feel
Hmm.
very comfortable about it. Like everyone knows the risks that they're getting into. It's just like when there's robots involved, it's just harder to compete with their speed and stuff. But
Right.
when it's other humans, someone might take profits over someone else, and they'll just say good job, and you know, other someone else will come and buy a pullback and or buy a dip. I think there's a mutual respect there between those buyers and sellers, and no one's going to take anything personally.
You know
Um,
what though? Speaking of mutual respect from buyers to sellers, what about like dev to dev, or like token founder and creator to token founder and creator? Sort of like what have you learned by heading the wheel of Gator token that you could apply to what these other tokens that are coming out, like Jenner and Iggy Azalea and Soldier Boy and all these new Solana tokens? Is there any like indicators that you've learned to look for to see if there's going to be like momentary success in any of these new meme tokens, or should I don't even know what to call them, like celebrity tokens, I guess?
I call them celebrity tokens. I mean, it's more just that. Um, it, I mean, first the smarter ones know if they're going to sell and take profits or whatever that they have, that they're going to let it percolate more, and they're not going to just rug right away. So like you'll see Soldier Boy or Floyd Mayweather, like they'll try to have coins and they're just going to try to instantly rug. So the first thing to do is give your that community some hope that like, hey, you're not going to just be in this for 5 minutes. Even if you're just in this for a few months, that's still somewhat of a commitment. Like make this the
Yeah,
same.
Jenner was only around for 48 hours, man. Like that was it.
No, they're
Right, and
still okay. So I just saw that they're trying to pivot from it. They might be pivoting from Ethereum. They're talking about a lot of mistakes they made, and so they're probably going to jump from blockchain to blockchain until people realize that this is a scam.
right. Well, with Iggy Azalea, she's stuck on the Solana thing. She was all on the same message. She she talked with Ansem, and she felt bad. Like, I don't know if this was like Ansem said this was an AI phone call, but there was like a phone call where, like, she said she feels bad about pumping dumping on people, and it just made it sound like, if she does sell, it would be more of like a responsible, like, selling, DCing out, like, over time in the future, and that she didn't want to just dump immediately on her followers. So some celebrities are cooler like that, and so that's, I think, people picked up on that notion that would, not even that she wouldn't sell, but just that she would let this percolate more, and because of that, that's why you see the mother coin doing better. So yeah, I think it's really just the type. I think it's the personality of the celebrity. If the celebrity is too, like where people are gonna forget them really quickly. There's this guy Rich the Kid or something.
Yep.
There was I'll tell and there was someone, Antonio Brown. He's really, I mean, he's a famous football player. He has Super Bowl trophies. He tries to do like shock value every day. He's like, he keeps doing memes of like this person or that person, and calling them like this racist name of the year, or this thing of the year, but it like always tags with it C Steppen. I don't even know what it is, C Steppen, but it's some celebrity coin that he shills, and even if it's crap or not, like, he's persistent about it. Like, he does not stop, like, every day shilling it. And then one, I don't know if it's a celebrity coin or not, but it's a big account coin. There's this guy, Mr. Zach Morris, and he has his Zach coin, like Zach.
Oh, I saw that.
And first it looked bad because it looked like he had a lot of the supply, or the devs had a lot of the supply, and then they dumped it all. But that goes back to like my first point, that every meme coin, everything has as a beginning process where there's a pump and dump of like people in pre-sale, or people like that are the devs. They usually sell like the first pop, and then after that, then it's about who sticks around and then tries to bring it back up. So his coin ran up to 120 million. He could have, and then it crashed like 80%, like in an hour or two, and he could have easily just given up and like just been a scammer and just talked about something else. But that crash was a good like a week and a half ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago, and he's still been on it about like trying to pump his coin back up, like that he at least has some stake in it. So just seeing him not give up makes, and seeing the persistence there, that makes it, even if I didn't think that they were credible before, that gives them some sort of credibility. Okay. I think. So whenever they just stop talking about it and they change the subject to something else, then it's like, oh, I guess you didn't really, this wasn't really a big thing for you, and immediately you got to figure out, if you're gonna get in a celeb coin, does that celebrity care enough that they're going to keep talking about this? Or is this just a one-off thing for them? So maybe I think Iggy likes the attention, and she likes it. I think when you're a woman, you have a celeb coin, and like you're trying to go off of like, like objectifying yourself, then for her, like
yeah, she all these DJ nerds like trying to eat her ass.
Right. Well, right. I mean, basically, she can monetize that,
yeah.
Right.
She did. She made the token.
Exactly. So, the female celebrity in that way, like they're using the token kind of like OnlyFans. So,
I still hate it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone has, if they can figure out to put the meme coin, like match it with their niche, like it could work out. Like I think if Mike Tyson had a coin, I'd buy it. Like there's certain celebrities, it's like that like there's just going to be fan bases with them, and they'll do whatever they say.
Yeah, when Joe Rogan token,
Rogan.
Yeah,
they made the Joe Rogan.
Shit.
they had a Joe Rogan token a long time ago. Like Solana made meme coins, like back in 2021, and it was probably like the first. I mean, meme coins weren't as popular back then, but like that was like a really like a test run for the meme coin season that we have now. But Joe Rogan, like I can't remember what it was, but some sort of thing like where he like I don't know if you could call that a celeb coin or not, but it was like when they had all these Elon Musk coins that they were making one of them. So
That's awesome. Oh man. So I saw you guys have the NFTs on the site. I guess you want to talk a little bit about those and how that kind of really plays a part in the whole Gators on Soul.
right. So if the first part was because it's Solana, and then we can make it where it was like the gas fees are basically $3 to $5 to mint, if not less than that. So we made it then where everyone got a free. This is where we can turn into utility for our coin. We made it where then for the NFTs, there's 100 NFTs that if you're in the top 100, then you got a free mint from it, like as an airdrop for being in the top 100. And all you had to do was pay the $3 to $5 gas fees. Or if this was on Ethereum, the gas fees might be $50, $60. Who knows how much, depending on what it was in the day. So that was the main thing. Like so that you know the value of getting the NFT was being in holding X amount of gators so that you can get that, and being holding still, like being still in the top 50 or top 100, that we're going to do things in the future that we come like release them to the top 50, top 100 like that. Just that's the utility of like giving you reasons to hold. That there'll be token burn. The more that gators that you had, the more that you benefited from having this burn, the burns that I've been doing. So I try to make everything like every day I'm thinking like how can I increase value for shareholders, like kind of thing, like this is a stock. And everything that I've done has been in like an incremental way, but in a way where the longer someone holds and the more rewards they get out of it. I had a trading card for the trading card set that I had. It was 55 cards, the top 55 people. It was 10 designs where it would be a rarity of 10 different rarities. Like there'd be a card that was 10 of them, 10 of 10, and then there'd be a card that was 1 of 1, like the final boss. And then as it went along, then the cards got more and more special effects and so forth. And then to add to utility to it, I assigned an airdrop to each of the cards, so they all had a value. So if you were in the top 55, you could be number 55 and get the best card. You could be number 1 and get the worst card, and it was all just random draw. But you had a airdrop that was assigned to it. So if it was the worst card, you had 5 million gators that was airdropped to you. If it was the best card, you had 50 million gators that was airdropped to you. And then everything in between had different airdrop values. So all that being utility for owning the coin, that I try to be active and have all these programs to give back to people. So besides collaborating with other communities, thinking how I can reward the people in my own community, and then they're more likely to hold on, and they're more likely to tell other people to join. So that's been my every day. I'm always thinking of some way that I can help.
Nice. No, that's awesome. And I like that you have the media list on your page, and you have us on there. Appreciate that a ton. And then you got Giuliano YouTube reviews. No, that's cool, man. I think making the goal, to help people is pretty good, especially when it
Right.
comes to this kind of stuff in Web3. Because one thing that I've always found, true was that, you have, opportunities here in this space with this technology, whatever, with the community. And one thing is that, if you come into space just to make money, you'll only get so far, you'll only be so successful. And by default, you'll end up helping people. But if you come into space, trying to help people, by default, you'll make money. So, in a sense, you can kind of come into space with whichever, mindset you want. Like if you want to just make money, that's fine. Because no matter what, if you're as long as you're playing, by the rules and playing fair and not scamming people, then you'll end up helping people. Even if that's all you want to do is just make money. As a side product, you'll help people because you'll help grow the space. Most likely you'll help create some type of technology app or something that's necessary, but either way you'll be helping, you'll be growing it. Now if you focus on helping people, that's great and even better because there's even more opportunities to make money as a byproduct of helping people. That's what took me like 8 to 10 years of doing that till I finally you know, made enough street cred that when job opportunities came around, it was easy for me to get. Um, but I think again, helping people is a good goal because you can still make money, doing that, and it's a lot more fulfilling, I guess, and a lot more. It's nice making that kind of money when you're helping people instead of trying to just make money. You're doing multiple things intentionally, and I think that intention really makes a big difference. So good on you,
Absolutely.
bro.
Yeah, and absolutely. And when we're saying helping people, I made this like where there's a Florida Gator like sort of brand to it, like that I have for the Twitter and Telegram. That's the logo itself is one thing, and then I have a logo for Twitter and Telegram that's a little bit more brighter looking, with the orange highlighted over the blue. But the point being is when like when I follow these accounts on Gators, like that are Florida Gator fans, they'll get more views and likes and farming engagement and views wise on Twitter, action wise, than your regular top Twitter, like crypto Twitter accounts. Like they'll talk about like Gators and baseball playoffs, and that'll have more activity than an Ansem tweet, like where Ansem Black Noise is talking about all the different meme coins, and so you have all these Gator fans all in one area, and then most of them are young. Most of them are are in their 20s or teenagers and stuff because they're going to school or they just got out of school there, so they can figure out crypto. Some of them being degen. So if I'm shilling to that large concentrated group over time, I do think that like one by one, like we had someone that was a football player in the 1996 team that said he bought Gators today. Random people that like they just, oh, I see this is a meme coin that was made for me, and they realize that, and so that's them in the Gator Nation. They're saying like, oh, there's a coin that was made for us, just that reach escape velocity someday, and then it's not for me, it's for them, and that they all are like doing memes and whatever with Gators, and that they have fun with that meme coin. Then I know that I made some difference in the world. If I could have that contribution to the University of Florida and just the state of Florida, the region, and the animal, there's something called Gators Daily, which just posts gator memes, like just of the animal, and of all those people who come into my coin because they like either the animal or they like the
Yeah.
school. I think that goes a long way. That it's I'm just the guy that set it up, and then there's this huge community out there that already exists, that already Gator, like they already say go Gators,
Yeah.
and so they're always saying it. Then all they have to do is just say it, but put a dollar sign next to it, a cash tag, and you already have the meme already set up, and they already like a meme, like this sports event or that, like whether like they're into all the different sports, whether it's um, baseball, football, basketball, or softball. Like whenever someone's doing good, and they do memes for it, and they're talking all day, just like crypto Twitter, just like in a different space. So I think that's an untapped thing. I think there's a lot of potential there. People not marketing their meme coins to them, but them also being young enough to be aware that those meme coins exist out there, and then they'll say, okay, I'll give yours a try. And that's what comes back to the small buys that I was talking about. If I had a whole bunch of people like that are like, okay, I'll buy $10, $20, $100 every coin, like that they're not really into crypto, but they'll buy it because they're Gator fans and it's like a novelty to them. I think that's real something growth over time, because 32K liquidity, but if you had 1,000 people put in $100, and it's $100,000 liquidity, and then all of a sudden, the market cap's like 500K. So I think that's very, very doable, just given the strategy that we have, and the football season is like really when like there's the most hype around, and so that's still a few months away. So during that time, it's between now and the football season, is really just time to build, and like the people that are Gator fans beforehand, like getting them in, and then once the football season happens, that we'll basically have like a sports section on our website, with like weekly recaps of what happened in games, and people like getting interactive with that, and with that and with football, so that there's like a connection between like those people that are tweeting online all day, and then they can go on to GatorsOnSoul.com, and they're doing all they're still in their Gators world, but they're also in the crypto world, that like me onboarding them, you can say. And maybe even if they don't buy any other meme coin, like they have Gators clothes and everything else you can think of. Sorry,
that was me.
No problem. They have there's everything you can think of in a house, like novelty items are made in Gators, and so there's people just obsessed with that. I had one thing I can say here real fast. If someone writes this down, E as in Edward, C as in cat, so ECCDaytona@gmail.com. If someone takes any Gator meme that we made, they'll make it onto a shirt or like a poster, sticker, anything like that, and they'll that's our merchandise guy. So I have a merchandise guy too. And there's Gator fans out there that will want the Gator shirts, because then they'll show it off to their friends that are also Gators, and that drives adoption. So I think there's lots of roads to getting more people adoption-wise, just from the community in Florida, and then going outwards, like whoever is just a Gator fan, the animal in general. Like I might have clothes and merchandise that are Gator things that were with the animal that have nothing to do with the school. So, it's a multifaceted approach, and I do think of this, even if it's just a little bit viral, that it'll be worth millions, and that my job will, like, quote unquote, be done, because then everyone's just on their own talking about Gators, and I'm sort of just the cheerleader at that point.
Well, I mean, Mike, I guess I'm curious, like, what's your 2024 roadmap? Do you plan on attending conferences and trying to, be a speaker, or are you gonna like foot out a couple bucks to be like a booth at an event? I know Miami has a lot going on when it comes to crypto, but I know like in general Florida has a pretty good crypto scene. So I was just curious, like, have you thought about even reaching out to like Pizza Dow and getting them to hit you up with some money for a pizza party, something to get the word out?
It would have to be in a bigger city, so it could be in Orlando or Jacksonville. I don't think there would be so many people from where I'm in Daytona. I'm in Miami, in South Florida area once a month regularly. So
but I mean, would you be down? Are you considering having representation at like Bit Basel in Miami?
Yes, if it's in a bigger city, yes. Because then there's more likely you're going to be a bit more group of us out there that we can meet up. What one thing that we're able to do is all the different. We can go to Gainesville for all the different Gator games and set up a booth that's in front of the football stadium on Stadium Road, like up and down, and basically be selling merchandise and sell have like a booth of all the information and things that we do on Gators. So that's what we want to do, like for the Gator fans at the games, and for basketball too. But like for crypto stuff, if it's in Orlando, Miami, or Jacksonville, I would think that besides me, that other people could meet up and join me, and we could have a team out there.
Okay, cool.
That's
cool.
awesome.
Well,
Are you gonna
me
have
and
Gator
Miggy-
swag, like toys? Like
I was gonna
little
say, Miggy,
alligators
though,
or
we
real
have
ones?
connections out there for BitBosel and stuff. We gotta hook him up with them.
Oh yeah.
Right. Right. It wouldn't be any problem. I mean, I have a dog, and my parents. Whenever I'm in South Florida, it's easy because my parents just watch my dog, so I can do whatever I want, pretty much schedule wise. On. So yeah, it wouldn't. I could have it. I know at least 3-4 people, besides me, that could be down there as a group, as a team, and we could have lots of merchandise. Like we have shirts, stickers, posters. We could have like plush toys, lots of things like where we've already custom made it ourselves, like as one or two, and we can just make like get them in bulk, like 5, 10, or 20 or something.
All right, dope, dude. I want to see you out there in Miami for BitBosel. I'm gonna be out there. I'm pretty sure Miggy's coming out. Like I said, we know the people that
Yeah.
are organizing it, so it would be dope to see you have some representation, whether it's on like flyers or having like an official BitBosel Gators party or something for sponsor, just to get like the brand out there and build up a decent sized Florida community. It's kind of like the Florida thing, Gators. So
Ooh, you
Right.
should get like a big gator float for the ocean and have like the boats that pull those big bananas. Get like a big alligator
Right.
one instead, and it'll
There-
pull y'all around by the coast.
there's a place in West Palm Beach, or a little bit south, called Old Key Lime House, where all the there's a Florida Gator fan club that goes there, and it's like on the water that's in Palm Beach County. It's very much like what you can think of party wise, and it's like from there to BitBosel might be like a 45-minute drive, but if people want to do both, like you really could hit both up, like talk to the crypto. Like you could have like during the day be at BitBosel, and then during the night be there if they were in the same day.
Nice. That's awesome. But we're getting kind of towards the end. Man, you do got a lot of cool stuff going on with the Gators. I do like it, and I like that you're piggybacking off, already a good brand, which I think is a good move, because why not? If they're not going to do it themselves, then somebody needs to do it for them. And I think that's, true for like all brands, that if they're not doing anything, you should hijack it, do something, get their attention, and then collaborate
Right.
with them
They
whenever
try to
figure it
make-
out.
They try to make trading cards on E, like when there was like this there was it's this really popular cards in 2021, 2022, like Top something or some sort of sports thing, and they wanted to piggyback off of that with Gators, but everybody complained about the gas fees, and that was like the first thing I had in my mind, like, oh, if I ever did a crypto meme thing, it'll be on Solana, and these people won't complain about gas fees ever again with their Gator stuff. So, yeah, that was a few years ago, and maybe the Gators hit me up one day, their thing, and say, hey, we'll turn your thing into the official Gators on Solana Coin, and they make something, like we have like an official partnership, and then we're in millions. You never know. That's what people could hold out for, and you never know. Maybe one day something like that happens, or even just somebody that's a diehard Gator fan decides to take it that direction and buys us out, and then we're in the millions. So
That's
I
a good
always have a
point,
small.
Actually, I love that you're thinking about acquisition. That's G, bro.
Absolutely.
Respect.
Yes, and that's why I don't want to burn all my coins.
Yeah, that's
But,
some real gator shit, bro. I like
don't
that.
leave them on
Like
that.
that just added like a lot of points to respect right there. I love that that's where you're thinking. That's what I like to hear. Because when I was first going around, back in the day with the ICO stuff, I was asking a lot of the projects, hey, are you, building out for acquisition? Because some of these projects were too, I would say too decentralized or had too many cooks in the kitchen to even be acquired. So the fact that you have acquisition in mind now, even if it comes 5 years from now or something, at least you'll have that in mind with the framework to actually possibly do it. A lot of projects couldn't do it today if they wanted to. They kind of painted themselves into a corner.
Right.
Unacquirable,
Yeah.
I guess, is what we have to call them, right? Unacquirable projects. They're too dowed out.
Right. And I think for me that I'm trying to pitch something that would be, that could be adoptable, and someone could say, like, you have a good framework here, and we're just gonna touch it up with basically more money that they have to make it look better, but that all the structure is already there, that this should be worth millions, and that someone basically just makes big buys then from that and buys everybody out, and the people that hold on from that, and they'll do the best. So
Ah,
that
nice.
that's I've lived through a lot. I've watched 15 years of trading in the stock market. I've seen Nvidia. I remember what Nvidia was like 10 years ago, where now it's the expensive stock in the stock market, $3 trillion.
Sell the shovels. That's their motto.
But I might have remembered Nvidia when it was like $5 to $10 billion, 5 to 10 with a B, and now it's 3 trillion. So
Damn.
if people just keep working at something, it just keeps growing. So I'm gonna keep working every day, and I mean, I know we're in a program, but every day I keep working, like, and the job's never done until we're at that escape velocity, and everyone's talking about it without me needing to talk about it.
Big facts. All right, I guess let people know real quick, where they can find your community and join it, where they can find and follow you, and how they can acquire some gator.
Okay, perfect. So if you follow us on Gators on Soul on Twitter, on Instagram it's Gator _Bitcoin, Gator Bitcoin, and on Telegram we have, if you go through on Instagram or Twitter bios, you'll see a Telegram link on there. It'll basically be like t.me Gator meme coin, and yeah, you're welcome to join any of those. And then from there, we have a website, gatorsonsoul.com, just like the Twitter handle. And it gives you a whole tutorial how to buy gators. The easiest way to do it is on the Jupiter Exchange. You just type in jup.ag, and you could either put in the contract address, or you could just type in gators simply yourself, and it'll pop up. And just from there, just have Solana that you have on the Jupiter Exchange, swap it to gators. I made the liquidity as high as I could, so the slippage rate is as low as it can possibly be. And that's all that we have set up here today.
All right, thanks for coming on, man. Miggy, go ahead and wrap her up. Miggy, you muted?
Yes, I was muted. My bad.
Okay.
Oh no, I was just saying that everything was awesome. Everything you got going on with the project is great. Y'all heard it here. Solana is hot right now. Definitely check it out. I mean, you heard how the community got started and what it's about. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of profit and making your friends some money. So go support the Gator Gang and get on Soul if you're not. We appreciate y'all watching. We had about 200 plus guests live just on X alone between me and Kenn's broadcast. So appreciate you guys. Just hit us up if you want to join the podcast, and we'll see you at the next event, I guess, right? Bye.
Absolutely.
All right, bro.
Absolutely.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Have a very good night. It's great talking to you guys.
Peace.
Have a night.
Thank you.
happy bro bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. It's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.